Hi everyone, Julian here from Julian Scents. I have received a package today from Polysnifferous. I ordered one of their discovery sets and I got it in today and I was extremely excited. Because some of the scents that they do talk about on their TikTok channel, and I'll have that information below in the comment. But I've got to tell you, they have the scent's called Amberish Absolute Intense. You can see that. They also have Cherry Smoke Intense. They have Brackish Man. They also have Aventish, as well as Aventish Red. So these are the 5 that I'm going to be going over today real quick. And I've got to tell you, I have my Tom Ford Amber Absolute. So I still have mine. And I was comparing it to their Amberish Absolute Intense. And I got to tell you, the Tom Ford one has the vanilla bean, the labdanum, rich woods in it. It also has amber, pure amber, hence the name, right? So I was a little nervous about this, but I was also extremely excited because you can't really get Amber Absolute unless you're going on to eBay, and who knows what you're buying at that point. But when I smelled this one, it actually comes across as the Amber Absolute, but with more of a punch. There's definitely the rich woods in there. There's the amber, of course. There's an ambroxan or an ambroxan in there. I don't want to necessarily say ambroxan fix, but there's an ambroxan in there, which actually gives it more of a punch also to project as well. But it's also very animalic, which has a very strong punch to it. So it is it's slightly different, but if you're looking for something that's going to scratch that itch for Amber Absolute, Amberish Absolute Intense. And you just go to their website. Fantastic. It really does a great job. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. Like I said, if you're a fan of the Tom Ford Amber Absolute, this definitely will scratch the itch for you. And it's not going to cost you thousands of dollars. Let's see. The next one is going to be the Cherry Smoke Intense, which I left my bottle of Tom Ford in my perfume room. And but this one, I've got to tell you, this one's really good too. They've also added some stuff, also probably some more ambroxan, which is definitely helping this stay on. It definitely has that smoky, incensey, cherry, earthy smell to it. Great, great, great. I give this one a 9 out of 10. Just because I still like the Tom Ford one. For me, just my opinion, it just smells a little bit more rounded. These are all blended very well. But it is another one that will scratch the itch. So if you're looking for that Cherry Smoke by Tom Ford and you just don't want to pay $405 for a bottle, definitely this one will come pretty close to it. It adds its own personality to it, but it's so close enough to where it definitely does the job. Let's see. But it does have more heft to it. Like I said, I think it's the ambroxan, or there's definitely something that they add to it. I'm not a perfumer, so I couldn't tell you. But I know what I like, and I know what smells good. And I've got to tell you, these two, home runs so far. Brackish Man. Now, with Brackish Man, this is supposed to be, from what I was smelling, inspired by a brand known as Amberish. I gave this one an 8 out of 10, not because it wasn't good and not because it didn't do a great job, but that's just not my smell. That's just not a scent I'm really a fan of. But I gotta tell you, they did a fantastic job. It definitely has so much to it. It has so much depth and the complexity. You can smell it. Well-rounded. Definitely, he did a fantastic job. On performance, 10 out of 10. But on my liking for personal, 8 out of 10. So, it definitely reminds me... This is the one... This one reminds me of a sophisticated, classy man walking through fresh-cut wood. If that makes any sense. You know, so if you're picturing somebody axing or chopping wood, and you have that split of the wood and you can smell it, but it's still a little dusty from the pine on the floor and the stuff, you know, that's just around it. That's kind of what this one reminds me of. It's definitely a classy, it definitely smells like the Amberish one. Very similar. It also will scratch the itch. I mean, all of these are amazing. And I can't wait to get to Aventish Red. But I've got to tell you, the Brackish Man one, like I said, it just gives me an image of a sophisticated, classy man. You've got that wood smell. It's definitely that earthy, woody scent that comes through. Definitely a nice scent. It's just not something that I would wear. It's definitely more for evening time, fall, winter, cooler nights. I could see this being great for it. Same with the Amber, or the Amberish Absolute Intense. Cherry Smoke, also I would probably say that evening time, also fall, winter. Now the last two, definitely more spring, summer, everyday, wearable. This is Aventish. If you're familiar with Aventis, then this will do the trick. Like I said, all of these will scratch the itch. So if you're looking for something from Tom Ford, Amouage, Creed, these are all fantastic. I give the Aventish one 9 out of 10. Doesn't get a 10 out of 10 because I'm tired of smelling Aventis, but it does smell really nice. I mean, that candied pineapple that comes through, which is more, it takes Aventis and it turns it up on the fruity candied notes, that pineapple, that it definitely gives it more of a youthful, everyday scent. You know, it smells fantastic. Yeah, it's like I said, it's another fantastic scent. But this is the one I want to get to, Aventish Red. This one takes the opening, when you first spray it on, it takes that candied pineapple scent and it tones it down a bit. So the richness and the depth come through even more. So this one, the mixture of the vanilla and the cranberry give it just more of that classy scent. So it takes Aventis, which we're all pretty much familiar with. If not, you should get your nose on it. It's a fantastic scent, but it's kind of played out. This one takes it and twists it all over the place. Gives it more of more depth. It's a bit darker. It's more full. It's more rich. The sophistication's in there. Like I said, it's classy, man. Now the funny thing is about their bottles. His wife, Jamie, she usually does a lot of the artwork for the bottles. And for this one, for the Aventish Red, the reason I'm saying this is because it reminds me of, because she does a lot of tarot cards, and I don't know if she deals with the Rider-Waite or not, but I can definitely see this one with a bottle of the Capricorn, kind of earthy, the goat. It's just that something that just trugs through, but it's got such deep complexity, and the playfulness on the top with the pineapple that is toned down. It's not as, like I said, candied as this one. It's a little bit more mature. It's a little bit more deep, complex, rich, classy, sophisticated. The dry down is fantastic. So those are my reviews. If you can, get yourself any one of these. Last time I checked on their website, I think a couple of them were sold out, but I'm sure, Noah, I'm sure they will start getting their stuff, macerated. Sometimes it takes 2 weeks, sometimes it takes a little longer, but you know what? It's well worth the wait. Definitely recommended. If you can get yourself some, run out. Don't walk, run. Thanks again. Till next time.